I'm Canton Mayor Kevin Mead, and I want to welcome all of you here because this is an exciting day for the city of Canton. And we're going to talk a little bit about the art you see here and do a little of those things. But I just want to express my appreciation to the Cook family, to Cook organization, to the Snowmans for what they've done here. And I also want to let you know that this is only the beginning. We have had conversations about how we take this artwork and put it in other places around town. You've seen the reaction people have had to this and what it's done to our downtown. There are a lot of walls we've got around this community that could use a little sprucing up. And we want to take this idea and expand it around town and turn this into more of a tourist attraction, to have a sort of outdoor art gallery, if you will, that people can come to Canton and see the beautiful artwork that we have. And I think that's important in a community, to have art and make that a part of our community, a very public part of our community. Having artwork says something about your community, the quality you have and where you're headed. And I think this is just an outstanding beginning to what you're going to see in this community. This afternoon we've got a few people that want to say a few things, so I'm not going to linger any longer. I'm going to turn this over to Jim Murphy. Jim is the president of CFC, and Jim is the guy you see in town about every other week looking after the properties that are here, and just has really become a great friend of mine and a great friend of Canton. And we really appreciate everything that he's done in making Canton a better place as we continue to improve. So, Jim?
Thank you, Mayor. As the Mayor said, this is a wonderful day in Canton, and thank all of you for coming out today. I have a question. How many of you looked at this wall more than once before the murals were installed? And how many of you look at the wall every time you pass this wall now the murals are installed? This was a vision of Bill and Gayle Cook, and I love that vision and idea. And as a matter of fact, I love all of their ideas. And we decided that we need to do something to spruce up this blank wall. It really was very, very ugly, quite frankly, and not attractive at all. And what could we do with this entire property? Because when we buy a property that we can be proud of, and we invest in it to be proud of it. And the paint and the asphalt and the roof is all part of that, because we want to create value and pride, not only for ourselves, but for those businesses that are located in Fulton Square, and also for Canton, the community. When we talked about painting a mural on this, we had various ideas, and then I was here one day, actually, Mary, it was the dedication of your building here about a year ago. And although I did not know an artist here in Canton, so what do you do in that situation? You have someone who might know an artist. So I asked my friend Carol Davis. And of course, Carol's eyes lit up, if you know Carol, and she got this big smile on her face. She just loved the idea of having murals installed here. And she said, I think I can find someone for you. And within an hour, she introduced me to Scott and Tracy Snowman. And then we had a nice visit. And of course, the next thing I wanted to do was introduce them to Bill and Gayle Cook. And it was more of an introduction. It was actually an interview. And we talked, we visited with them, talked about their ideas, looked at their work that they had done in other buildings in town. We liked what they did, and then we challenged them to come up with something that would be most fitting for this wall. And they did a tremendous amount of research, and then they proposed to us what you see behind us today. And didn't they just do an outstanding job? And again, I know that they put their heart and soul in this, because as the mayor said, I would be over here about every other Friday, and about every third or fourth Friday I would come to their studio and take a look at the murals. We originally wanted to have them installed by December, but the weather wouldn't allow us to have the building finished. So that got delayed a little bit, but during the process I would go to their studio and we would pick up the panels, and we would lay the panels side by side and get up on ladders and take pictures, and then I would send those pictures to Bill and Gayle, and they gave the thumbs up and approval, and we were just so excited to be a part of that. And speaking of thumbs up, I knew that we had a hit whenever, after the murals were installed, and I continued to get emails and phone calls and voicemails about what attraction these murals were to Fulton Square in downtown Canton. People were coming in groves to see these murals, and there was actually a traffic jam at this intersection. And the day that I met the Snowman down here, Scott and Tracy, several people was lining up bumper to bumper, and each one of them stopped and looked at murals. And I looked at one guy driving the truck, and he stuck his hand out and gave me the thumbs up. And I knew at that time we had a hit. So I want to say thank you to the Snowman and everybody involved with this, and they are just absolutely wonderful, been wonderful to work with. very, very artistic, has great vision, and that's what these murals are all about. It's about art, culture, history, and community. And when you see someone standing in front of them and looking and pointing, you know we've hit home. Thank you for all of you being here, and I'd like to introduce to you Scott and Tracy Snowman. Thank you very much.